everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We are back at it again for another go around. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's super late. Like, I meant to get on this stream hours ago. Like, literally hours ago. Hopefully we're not like lagging or anything, so I'm gonna just trust you guys in the chats to let me know if we're okay and you can hear me and all this kind of good stuff. Let me check over here real quick, make sure you can hear me. Oh yeah, we're clear over there. Okay, awesome. So what we're gonna talk about here, okay, that's right. Okay, what we're gonna talk about tonight, I have 5 secrets. Let me go back over here. Thank you so much. I welcome everybody. You know what? Let me just kind of just say hello and everything like that. So, um, sometimes I do these pop-up lives and sometimes I try to record things and make it happen. But tonight I really wanted to bring this conversation to you. And let me make sure I've got the right screen. We're going to talk about 5 secrets in regard to this full moon in Aries that you must know. I've seen a lot of videos thus far talking about the full moon in Aries and such. Those of you that have been with me for a little while know that I love my lunations. I love my lunar cycles. I'm a Cancer, so of course I love my lunar cycles. So I really wanted, though, to bring something a little bit different to you guys this time as I talk about the astrology. And then tomorrow we'll I'll put up a recorded guided meditation so you guys can already start that. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the tarot, or maybe if I'm feeling frisky, we'll start it tonight. So what we're going to do is we are going to go, and hopefully you guys on Facebook can see this well as well. Who's chatting with me? Oh, I see. So hopefully you can see this. So I do have the astrological chart up so I can draw on it and all these kinds of good things. This is what the chart is going to look like. This is what it's going to look like in the sky from the moon's perspective here on October 20th. Okay, that is when the full moon, it is at its zenith at 9:05 Central, 10:05 Eastern, 7:05 Pacific, and figure it out from everywhere else. But it's going to be, that's when it's going to be at its height. Some of us already are feeling a lot of these energies, and a lot of you guys are really going to start feeling it as of tomorrow. So PSA for all of my people out there right now, just so we're all aware, as most of you already know, I have an Aries moon. Therefore, I can get a little squirrely during these lunation cycles when the moon is in Aries and it starts conjuncting my Chiron, my moon, and my Saturn all in Aries. So Aries full moons traditionally, this is just a bonus, Aries full moons traditionally are very much self-centered. They really are focused on how are you really feeling deep down inside. Okay, it is all about the energy. It is all about the energy. It is all about the energy that you feel within your personal space, your personal being. If people have been kind of like violating that personal space, they've been violating your personal being, they've been violating your freedoms. Hey Joy, how are you? And hey Stacy. So you're gonna really want, especially right now, if you've been feeling this for the last couple of days as we've been preparing for this to happen, if you've been feeling like, my God, some things are just not working in my life and it's time for me to break out, it's time for me to do something new, it's time for me to take some chances, it's time for me to do a new me, right? A new me, then you're right in line with how everything is flowing. Let me just tell you, honest to God, you are right flowing in the emotions and in the energy that's being set into motion. Hey, Red Violet. So what we're going to do tonight is I have 5 secrets to help you get through this full moon. So here we go with secret number one. Secret number one, big planets equals big energy. Big planets equals big energy. And you might be like, Lisa, well, what does that mean? What do you mean by big planets equals big energy? Well, we are going to go on and start the drawing process. Here we go. And I'm going to do it in blue because, or indigo, because this is a really good thing. So those of you that have been following along, you know, playing along, have known that, okay, hello, undo, here we go, have known that Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius, and Jupiter in Aquarius have all been in what? Can we all say it together? Retrograde. Okay, they have been in retrograde for a while. These are big planets with big energy. Okay, big planets with big energy. Pluto representing personal transformation, also representing the ability to leverage other people's, I don't want to say wealth, but resources, transformation, allowing things to die, allowing things to be reborn, all of that great stuff. And it's in Capricorn. It's been in Capricorn for a while. It's going to be there till I think the beginning of 2022 or somewhere in there. Anyway, it takes a long time for it to get around the sun. So I call it a big energy planet because it's a generational energy. Like, I think it's, oh God, I don't even know how many years. I mean, don't quote me. But you find that people in certain generations tend to have Pluto in the same sign because it takes so very long to get all around through all 12 zodiac. Pluto in Capricorn is a particularly difficult transit because Capricorn is very restrictive and Pluto is like, I want to get down to the deep things, right? Capricorn tends to be, just do it just because I freaking said to do it and don't freaking question me. And and Pluto is like, what do you mean don't question? We got to change a whole lot of stuff here. This isn't working and I don't trust you anyway, Scorpio. I don't trust you anyway, right? So Pluto wants you to change. Pluto wants you to question everything. Pluto wants you to get down to the nitty gritty of it. Pluto wants you to let some things die so that new things can live. Pluto also wants you to enter into contractual agreements that are win-win or definitely wins for you, right? Real estate, things of that nature. And so Pluto in Capricorn is really this questioning everything foundationally, and there are a lot of changes that happen with Pluto in Capricorn, and most of them can be quite uncomfortable. Now, what you will also notice with Pluto in Capricorn is as it cycles back around and it comes through Capricorn, we do tend to have economic unrest. Okay, so I just want you to, or economic changes. And my cat is just really not being nice to me right now. Please don't do that. So one second. Kitty. Thank you. This is Gemini's playtime. So we are about to literally, I don't know what she's going to do. Gemini is being her precocious self. At any rate, so I would expect, especially right now, I want you to really concentrate on what changes you can make to better yourself economically. Okay, big planets, big energy. Saturn in Aquarius. This is Saturn's second home, right? Saturn rules Capricorn. It also historically ruled Aquarius. We know now that in this day and age, we say that Uranus rules Aquarius, but we cannot forget that Saturn was one of the original, right? When they didn't know that Uranus like existed. So Saturn going direct now is allowing us to kind of moving forward in kind of new technologies, in new think, in new ways to, at everyone's core foundation, set up structures to help the greater good. And so you probably are going to begin to feel like, what can I do to help the greater good as well? But you yourself are learning new things about yourself. And we are really, honestly, in this age of Aquarius. So this planet now going direct, it's been retrograde for a little while. Now it's like, oh, like you don't feel so constricted. You don't feel like you're not sure about what to do. All of a sudden, you're like, guess what? I have figured out so much, and it's time for me to move forward. And then we have Jupiter, the gift giver in Aquarius. Now, this isn't necessarily Jupiter's most happy place to be, but it's not such a bad place either, because Aquarius, while it is a fixed air sign, so when it comes up with an idea, boo, don't try to move it, and it knows best, right? So Aquarius can be like that. Hey, oasis of healing, I haven't seen you in a while. So Jupiter, though, now going direct in Aquarius, what this is going to allow us is going to allow us some expansion. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that expansion, right, as well. But this is big energy, right, that is now direct. So now with this big, huge push to move forward. So secret number one, the big planets are moving forward. This kind of trio is moving forward again, and it's time to take advantage of the big energy. Now, let's move on to secret number two. Secret number two, the Mars T-square. Make your move. Let me play that one more time because it plays a little quick. The Mars T-square, it's time to make your move. This is something, again, I have not seen a lot of people discussing. So I feel like it's very important for us to talk about this. We're going to get down to the deeps and the darks and the what have you. Okay, so you guys don't forget to do all the great YouTube things like subscribe, share. Okay, on Facebook, if you please follow me on Facebook, and share this with some of your friends and ask them to come and check it out as well. Now, here we have Mars up here in the corner. Now you'll notice at the time of the full moon, Mars is not completely conjunct the sun. However, those of you that know anything or a little bit about astrology know, well, Mars is 1, 2, 3, about 5 degrees away. So it's applying. So it's coming in. It's coming in hot. It is really coming in hot. And like before reading my and so because it's applying, that energy is kind of saying, okay, they're coming together before Mars kind of passes the sun and kind of moves on into Scorpio. However, it's joined in Libra. Mars in Libra is not really in its happy place. Can I just say that? Mars is not. Now, I think probably one of the signs it detests being in is like Cancer. Doesn't really like being in that water sign because we're just, kind of too nice and, whatever. Libra, it can handle it because it's cardinal in nature, but it's just not, it's an air sign. It's not really kind of as aggressive. However, it will allow Mars to like speak its passion, okay, to really speak out and speak its passion. And Mars is within orb, which means it is within a range where it's actually affecting the sun, or it's kind of compounding the sun, who we are at our base, who we are in our ego. It's affecting that energy. So that Mars Sun conjunction is forming a T-square with Pluto and with the moon in Aries. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about this Pluto aspect of this T-square as well in just a little bit. But this energy, you guys know full moon energy is the time to release, right? We've done all these great things. We've done all this wonderful stuff. Or we've had these intentions we've been setting since the new moon, and now it's time to release. It's time to release doubt. It's time to release fear. But what it's really time to release, it's time to release your words out into the universe, to call a thing, to create your world, to make a thing. A thing. Okay? To make that a thing. All right? So, because of that, because it's saying, oh my God, let's do this, what the sun is now reflecting, or should I, the light of the sun is reflecting on the moon in Aries. So the sun is saying, what do we have to do to be in balance? And the moon in Aries is saying, you know what? It's about time that I think about my gosh darn self. Why, oh, why am I not thinking about me? And why, oh, why do I continue to allow everybody else to throw me off balance? So Mars, and you add Mars energy in there, Mars is saying, you better believe it. I don't know why you letting them people do all that stuff to you anyway. Why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you playing with me? Why are you playing in my face? Why are you letting people play in your face? More to the point. So now it's time to make your move. And Pluto in Capricorn, you might say, well, that's going to be hard to move. Actually, it's not. Now is the time to change your foundation. Now is the time to transform yourself, Pluto in Capricorn, and realign yourself with this Aries, this Aquarius energy, to realign yourself and to align yourself with the future. Do you see what I'm saying? It is time to make your move. And Mars opposing the moon will literally make you say, if I don't do this now, I don't know when the heck I'm going to do it. When I don't do this now, I don't know when the heck I'm going to do it. And you are feeling a type of way. Some of us may feel like, I don't understand why in the heck I didn't do this before. But that sun energy is going to like motivate us to say, it doesn't matter why you didn't do it before. Let's get ourselves into balance. It's time to make your move. If you have been wanting to make some major moves, if you have been wanting to start businesses, buy real estate, change careers, major moves, if you have been wanting to begin to exercise your freedom, your freedoms of choice, your freedoms to live on a higher dimensional level, what the universe is saying to us, it is time for you to exercise your freedom and make your move. Because if you do not exercise freedom in this moment, we are not sure when that opportunity comes around again, or when it may not be as easy to do so. A T-square literally forces action, or it makes it so uncomfortable that you have to take some action in order to relieve yourself of the stress. Because you know deep down at your core, this is what you're meant to do. Also, I want to say, from the moon's perspective, this is a birth chart if you were born on the day of the full moon at the time of its height. So you would have Libra, the sun, and Mars in the 11th house in Libra. So this also says this is this kind of a greater good, high vibrational, service to others, Aquarian type energy in Libra. Okay. So this is definitely, you must do what you need to do, right? Hey to the moon. You must do what you need to do. It stop playing, basically. And this Plutonian energy down here is really saying it is time to transform yourself at your very core. Stop questioning it. Just do it. Oasis of Feeling, I don't usually do natal chart readings anymore. We can do other type of readings. So email me. But I don't do too many natal charts anymore. Sorry, guys. Okay. I just wanted to address that. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. That was number 2. Number 3. Secret number 3, the Pluto T-square, signaling that it's all clear. Let's show that one more time because it plays a little fast. The Pluto T-square signaling it's all clear. So here, remember I told you I was going to address the Pluto situation, right? So Pluto is also as a participant, an active participant in this T-square. So that's saying, listen, it's been in retrograde. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't think it goes back into retrograde again for quite some time. I think by that point it kind of tips over almost to Aquarius, if not into it, and then kind of comes back a little bit. We might see one more retrograde while in Capricorn, somewhat. But Pluto now is saying, listen, we have gone through so much, right? We have been working on so much change. We are working on so much transformation. We are coming through all of these various economic struggles. And I'm not saying that it's over, so I'm going to go kind of globally again for a moment. I would expect some further economic changes. I would expect some further economic shifts. I would expect that, and this doesn't take a psychic or an astrologer to figure this out. But, I would say that, definitely over the winter here, we're probably going to see some reduction in like the housing market, like the cost of homes going down. We're already seeing mass inflation and stuff like that. So expect that there's changes. I would still expect some more changes as far as like Bitcoin and things like that, as well as Pluto in Capricorn is seeking to figure out a transformative balance. Basically, it's one of those situations where things have been out of balance, things are continuing to be out of balance, and Pluto is not going to rest until things have changed. And what's happening is that we are now, with it squaring the moon technically here in 5th house energy, if we're looking at it from that perspective, the second house Pluto in Capricorn, from this perspective, again, what you have right now, you need to transform how you have what you have. And that to me can mean everything from, again, looking at, is it time to sell? Is it time to buy? What is it time to do? Is it time to change how you earn your money? Is it time to add an additional income stream to it? Is it time to also investigate Bitcoin? Is it time? There's certain times to do things, and it's right now is that time. And what you're feeling, 5th house in the moon in the 5th house in Aries, that moon, that's Leo energy that says, I can create, I can make, I can change, right? I can do things, and being very loyal to myself and loyal to those that are loyal to me, right? I can do all of that and be quite happy and be quite successful. And then it's opposing the moon and Mars at that point then. So it's wanting to bring us into that balance. Right? It's saying what is so very important to me. We're going to get into that a little bit more, even with the Venus Mercury sextile, but it's what is so very important to me. And now I'm ready to fight for it. Now I'm ready to fight, right? Fight for what I believe in. I see very clearly now that no one's going to hand it to me. However, I can leverage some programs. I can leverage some people's knowledge. I can leverage, education and things like that. I can leverage things in order to gain my own wealth so that I can possess and I can be in balance and not having to depend on other people, because it's already shown that I can't necessarily depend on other people. Again, this is all centered around this freedom, right? This need and this desire and this now innate, like it just won't stop. Like this is an absolute. This is an absolute freedom. This is an absolute, it's time to invest in self so that self can be independent. Right? So these are all things that are playing off of this T square, but it is almost like, I'm sure you guys feel it and I feel it too. It's like I have got to be balanced. And when things are happening that take me out of my balance these last few days, I, it's almost this visceral, like, ah, why are you taking me off my square? You know what I'm saying? Like, ah. So, even I have to watch it. I got to watch my energy because it just, it, it, it's like I can't be out of balance. I just can't right now. I can't. So I'm really fighting, or should I say, working very diligently to make sure that I set my life in a way that I remain in or get to a deep balance. Okay. So that was secret number 3. We only have 2 more left, guys. Secret number 4. Secret number 4, the Venus Mercury, speak your speech. I'm going to play that one more time. The Venus Mercury sextile, speak your speech. Now that speak your speech phrase, shout out to Ms. Misha, M-A-E, I believe it is, S-H-A, or M-E-A-S-H-A-I-M-O, YouTube channel. She talks about like reality TV and stuff, guys, but she is so fabulous. She is from Houston, and she has that saying, speak your speech. And I absolutely love that little Houston speak your speech. So shout out to Miss Misha. Hi, Misha, if you're watching. Anyway, so this Venus, okay, let me go back over here. Let me go here. Okay, I'm going to do it in this mat. So this Venus in Sagittarius. Now, if you guys have been paying any attention to any of the transits lately, Venus in Sag has kind of been like hanging out. Venus has not been like in the fray with a lot of the other planetary transits for the last few months. It's just kind of been there. It's not necessarily doing anything bad. It's not, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, honestly, like, I don't know what to tell you. It just hasn't really been active, right? And it just kind of seems to be kind of ducking in and out, not really getting into the mix while all these big transits and stuff were happening. It just kind of chilled on its own. And the most action we saw out of it actually was just at the new moon, I think it was, when it transited the south node to really kind of give us a little comfort, came conjunct the south node at the new moon. So it really hasn't been active. What I noticed though, now you guys, I know most of y'all are saying hallelujah because Mercury is out of retrograde, child. And we're going to talk about retrogrades another time. But Mercury is out of retrograde, hunty. Okay? Now, it came out of retrograde just in time to sextile, or to kind of agree with, in principle, kind of be a cousin to Venus in Sagittarius. If you know any Sagittarians can be kind of over the top. They can be really open. They can be like, what, right? Fun. Look at me. Let's all go have fun. Let's all party. But then in the background, when you're like, you know what, girl, you should like totally be a party planner because like you could get everybody together and, you just really create these great atmospheres and, da 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 da. And then the Sag will say to you sometimes, a lot of times, yeah, that sounds really good. And then all of a sudden they'll doubt themselves. I love you, Saggies. They doubt themselves. Or what'll happen is sometimes Sagittarians, they get so competitive, right? But it's just because it's not necessarily they want to win, but they can be kind of competitive because it's like they really like the spotlight, but then they still get very unsure of themselves. Now, I say that to say this. Venus in Sagittarius is kind of like, I think it's like one of those situations where you just believe that you can do what you love. Like it really highlights what is it that you love to do and what is it you would love to be known for. You know, Sagittarius is a personal, ninth house energy. So that's like personal philosophy, and again, like higher education or deeper education and learning and things like that. So Venus and Sag is like, what is it you really, really, really want to do? What do you really, really, really want to do? What like makes your heart absolutely sing? What makes you like what gets you out of bed? What could get you out to speak your speech? And it is sextiling Mercury that has finally gone direct in Libra, also in the 10th house, I might add. Mercury sitting here in the 10th house. 10th house is the house of career, house of what you're known for, the external, like how people see you, like awards or whatever, right? It's how it's your external, how you present yourself, right? And what matters to you in like career and how you're working and how you're making your living and all of that kind of great stuff. So we have Mercury in a 10th house position, and it is sextiling Venus in Sagittarius in the first house. By degree, well, technically by sign as well, because it's almost to the end of the 10th house. What is that saying? That who you, right? First house is Aries energy. Like, this is me, right? It's all about me. So this is empowering us while we're getting into balance, while we're like venturing into new things, while we're like making big moves. You know, I'm making money moves, right? Like we live in our best Cardi B life. Hey, spiritual warrior, how are you? 333. So, you know, while you making all these moves and stuff, it's time for you to speak your speech. Hey, Miss Misha. It's time for you to speak your speech. It's time for you to shout it out to the world. And for some of you, this is the first time you're going to shout it out to yourself. This is what makes me feel good. This is what brings me into balance. This is how I live my best life. This might be the first time you even admit it to yourself during this full moon. And I'm going to need you to shout it across the rooftops. I'm going to need you to really go for it. I'm going to need you to tap deep within into whatever it is that you are meant to do and live your mission out. I'm going to need you to wake up to who you are and stop making excuses and stop saying I can't and stop saying but I can't, but I don't know how, but I don't this, but I don't that. And I'm going to need you to figure out how you're going to go on and do the work and live the mission and do what makes you so happy that is actually for the greatest good. Because in that which you love, that's where you find your flow of abundance in every area of your life. Not just money, and also fulfillment. You'll be shocked how well your personal relationships all of a sudden change up when you start focusing on you and you get yourself in balance and you get yourself like living your best life. How all of a sudden the caliber of person that comes across your way is much higher than it ever was before, because you are speaking your speech and now you are exuding this energy of love of self and self-confidence and wholeness. Okay, that's that Venus Mercury. I have not heard nobody talk about that. That's that Venus Mercury sextile, and it's time for you to speak your speech. Hey, Miss Misha. All right, and last but not least, secret number 5. Now, guys, again, don't forget, do the YouTube things. Jupiter, Mars, Moon, hostile takeover. Let me put this over again. Jupiter, Mars, Moon, hostile takeover. Now, don't get upset. That don't sound, I know that sounds so not divine feminine, but let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't think women can make serious moves on our own, if you don't think we can make boss moves on our own, if you don't think we can take charge and take over on our own, you got a whole nother thing coming. Because when I'm ready to make my moves, honey, I makes my moves. Okay? So when I say hostile takeover, I actually don't mean that in a negative way. Let me see, what color am I going to use here? We'll use orange. We have Jupiter in Aquarius, trining Mars in Libra, and then sextiling the moon in Aries. Why is that important? Because what Mars in Libra, so technically Jupiter is also technically trining the sun as well. So we're just going to call this one conjunction. These two together, remember what I said, you at all costs must be balanced. You at all costs, what you invest into something, you must be getting out of it. You at all costs are seeking at this point in time to really find yourself, live your best life. This is 11th house energy, and be of service to self all at the same time. So that is trining this energy over here in the 3rd house, which is thoughts, right? Thoughts, speech, Gemini house, making your plans, inspiration, charisma, all of that. This is a house of intellect. So you're deep in the recesses of your mind. It is time for you to reprogram yourself to say, I am doing a hostile takeover. What are you doing a hostile takeover? Of the matrix. You are doing a hostile takeover of your world. You are expanding your expansions. You are expanding your horizon. You are expanding yourself. You are expanding your reach. This is what makes you happy. I don't care if it's 50 people or 50,000 people that you are meant to serve and reach and help. It's time for you to get out here and do that. This is a hostile takeover. We are not going to sit here and allow everything else in this world to force us to shut our mouths, to shut our energy off, to shut our motivation down, and to stop us from living the life that we are meant to live. This is a hostile takeover. So what I need your higher self to do is take over your 3-dimensional self. All that doubt, fear, whatever, reprogram that brain so that in your subconscious mind, you are not constantly thinking about what you can't do, and instead think only and solely about what you can do. And it is sextiling then as well the moon in Aries. We've already discussed that moon in Aries in that 5th house. The feeling of I can do all things, child. Can't nothing stop me. I'm doing this. I am living my best life. I am going for it. Because let me tell you something. We are in the last quarter of 2021. The last quarter. This is called a hunter moon. I don't even think I told you. That's bonus number 2. This is called a hunter moon. So what are you going to go hunt after, get, and bring back? Are you hunting after yourself? Are you hunting after your true self? Are you hunting for your true mission in life? Are you hunting for that true balance, that true satisfaction that can only come when you're living out your purpose? And if you haven't started it, this energy is saying, I'm taking over. It's time. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other. And I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to look back because there is no such thing as failure. There is only abundance and creation. Failure does not exist, right? Where faith grows, abundance flows. There is no such thing as failure. You can't fail. And this energy, make sure that you know that. Whoo, child. Well, we got to it, didn't we? We got through it. Those are my 5 secrets that you must know to maximize the energy of this full moon. I thank you guys so very much for being with me. I'm going to put this link, hopefully I could type it, into the chat. If you want to work with me in any way, if you have been watching any of my videos or on Facebook or seeing anything on Instagram, you guys know we have Lightworker Academy and the Practical Lightworker. That is just a wonderful program, and we have had so many people coming through and stepping into their purpose after they've been in the program and getting certified as a spiritual counselor, energy practitioner, getting attuned as a Reiki master healer, and just out here beginning to change lives. So if that's you and you know that you are meant to change lives, and you just need some mentorship, right? And you're ready for some mentorship and to really get started, I want you to go to this link. Let me close this. Go to the link that I put into the chat, and then book a 15-minute call, and myself or one of my team members will get back to you. And we will set up a time to talk, and then we'll make sure that you are a good fit, and then we are going to get you on your road to living out your Lightworker, Starseed, Earth Angel purpose. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. So, Spiritual Warrior, you said, I wonder if I can show this. I probably can't because I'm not doing it. You literally told yourself you're done living like there is a global situation and you've been growing unapologetically. I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for that. Thank you, Oasis of Healing, saying thank you so much that the fog is cleared. It is so clear for me. It is so clear for me right now, like never before. So thank you guys so much. And Spiritual Warrior 333, I'm so glad that you're rising above whatever's happening, globally, and you refuse to just like not live, because that's exactly what we should be doing, is living to our fullest. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Namaste. Bye, guys.